We're now going to interview Congressman Jason Chaffetz. So what do you think about Romney's performance? Do you think he's going to make it tonight? Do you think that this might be the home run that we need?
Hey, look, as strong as Mitt's Mitt, he's going to do just fine. Just come across presidential, command of the facts, great a vision for where he wants to take this country. He's going to do great.
What would you recommend to inform Palace the points that he needs to really hit home with?
I think Mitt Romney can uniquely tie together our place in the globe and how that affects our economy in a very real way. When you deficit spend $3 to $4 billion a day, and you have to continue to go to the Chinese to borrow money to sustain our government, that's just fundamentally wrong. So I think tonight you'll actually hear more about China. Than probably most. Of course, we're going to talk about Israel, and we're going to talk about Libya, and I'm sure Syria, and the whole problem that is the Middle East. But I think you'll hear a lot more about China tonight, and that really, I think, hits home with a lot of Americans.
It absolutely does. What about Benghazi? How should he approach Benghazi?
I think there's some serious questions that the president still needs to answer. President Obama has taken an approach of leading from behind, where Mitt Romney, I think, understands that peace through strength is a very real and important place in our world. That if we're going to be the economic and military superpower, you have to be able to project strength. And when you lead from behind, as President Obama says, it creates more vulnerabilities, and that's part of what went awry in Benghazi.
Now, one CIA agent was interviewed on Fox, exposed the fact that we could have had a rescue. We could have had a rescue in Benghazi within 30 minutes of the attack, but instead it went on for 8 hours without a rescue. How do you feel about that?
A lot of unanswered questions. I mean, the House has dove into what happened leading up until the time of the attack, but I think the other question that's still unanswered is what happened during the attack? What sort of assets were there? Should we have poured more rescue efforts in there? Don't know the answer to that. I think that's premature. And then certainly the bungling of the question, once this disaster happened and you have 4 murdered Americans, the convoluted and changing answers from this administration, it's just stunning.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great.
Good to see you.
Have a good
Mike.
evening. That was Congressman Jason Chaffetz talking to us about what Mitt Romney should be doing tonight to really knock it out of the ballpark. This is Ruth Roman reporting from WatchDog Wire. Thank you.
Oh, it was awesome.